Good morning. My name is Alessandro Bigi. I'm a lecturer in digital marketing at the University of East London. I'm here to present an extended abstract that I wrote with Michel Bonera and Alessandra Cavalli from Brescia University. So the topic of our extended abstract is the keyword research analysis, and we are trying to identify a new methodological approach to brand positioning evaluation. So our study deals with the importance of the keyword research analysis in every marketing activities, and we are going to suggest a new methodology to analyze the keyword used in the search engine research by people for evaluating brand positioning. So just to start from the basic, we all know what's a brand, but just to underline that brand is a name, a phrase, a sign, a symbol that is going to differentiate a product from one seller to another seller. So the brand is something that is used to make a difference. So the brand is owned by the customer, so it's concerned the idea that the customer have in their mind about a company, a service, a product, an item. So the brands is the tool that we are using as a marketeer, we are using to develop loyalty, to develop trust, and to have people, loyal customer to a particular company. So the brand is one of the key elements of any selling process. So, which is the basic concept of our extended abstract? Is that people surf the web. We know that everybody is doing that. And the idea is that when we surf the web, we are using sometimes or often, it's depending on the way you're surfing the web, we are using keywords. So we are writing particular keywords in a search engine. And our research, we have studied Google because it's the main search engine. And because of the tool we are going to use, I'm going to talk about the tool is working on Google. But people, when use keywords, leave traces. We know, as surfer, a web user, we know that we leave traces behind us. We know that we are tracked. And so we are, in a sort of way, we are careful when we surf the web. But when we digit our keyword in the search engine, we are not so worried. We are just digiting some keyword. Well, we are going to track that. The advantage is that keywords are not controlled. So you are confident that nobody is going to track you while you are digiting the keywords. And so you are more free, you are more natural in your research. So this is why we are using a particular tool that is tracking the keyword you are using while digiting on Google. So we know what is a keyword, that's a word or phrase used by user to research in search engine. And so we are using the keyword to find out what people are looking for and in which way they are combining the keywords where they are going. So this is the basic elements of our research. So which is the practical implication of our research in keywords? That the company can identify what people need or want. Because when you need something, you go online, you go on Google, and even before surfing the web, you're looking for something in the web. So you are entering in Google and you are writing some keywords. So if I'm able to track the keywords, I'm able to understand in a sort of way your need. I'm able to understand your belief, because your needs, your belief, it's something you are writing. You are talking to Google. You are asking something to Google. We are intercepting the question. And the question is something that is not mediated by the company, it's not mediated by the website, has not yet been driven by somebody. So that's the practical implication of our research. How we did that? We decided to identify the top 100 global brands of 2019, and we got the list provided by the Financial Times. And then for every brand, we investigated every brand. We went to every website and we used a particular function of the software SEOZoom. Let me introduce before the software SEOZoom. SEOZoom is a particular software. It's an Italian software. It's a small company based, not so small, but it's a company based in Naples. And they are working, replicating Google. Basically, because Google, we cannot get information out of Google, and the information we get out of Google are limited or only limited to bigger company, bigger trends. You can use Google Trends for finding what people is looking for in Google. It's the same concept, but you can identify, you can intercept only the big trends. With SEOZoom, SEOZoom made a copy, created a database of more than 1 billion Italian words, because SEOZoom is working all in Italian, and our research, therefore, is on the Italian market. So we are investigating only the Italian language. SEOZoom created a database of 1 billion people, and they are replicating the search made by Google. So we are not working on real data. We are working on a copy created. It's not a real copy. And they made an estimation of Google search engine. It's quite accurate. We have found in the past, we have worked with SEOZoom with the tool to check the keyword used and for keyword intercepted by every website, and we made a comparison with SEOZoom, and there was not such a difference. They were really close. So we accept this kind of tool. But what we got for every one of the 100 companies that we have studied, we used the keywords research function. So we identified the keywords that were used to look for finding that companies. It's quite normal that the keywords that are used are the keywords that are in the mind of the consumer. So the consumer has an idea of the brand, and so is looking for the brand, is looking for some tool, is looking for something, and then get to the brand, to the website. So we identify the keywords, and then we aggregated the keywords in group by business area, and then we identify a portfolio of keywords, and then we identify the most common keyword for every business area, and we used another tool. We used another tool coming from SEOZoom that is a keyword infinity tool. The keyword infinity tool suggests a relation between keywords. So we have identified the most important keywords for every business area, and we gave that keywords to the keyword infinity tool made by SEOZoom. And SEOZoom suggested us the most important relation between keywords. So basically, if I'm using a keyword, it's giving me the possible combination of that keyword. So this is the result that you can see. It's quite complex. But basically, from one keyword, we have only one, you understand that we had more than one graph for every business area. So the job, this is because it's yet it's a work in progress job, because we have a lot of data and we still have to summarize a little bit. This is just a first phase of our presentation, of our research. But now we have a a flower of keywords that could be interpreted like brand positioning. Every time you are looking for abbigliamento, you can find a possible combination of abbigliamento. And the combination that you get out of that keyword, that is one of the main keywords of a particular business area or business sector, the combination are the possible way that the customer is looking for that keyword. So you see that in our figure, they divided the abbigliamento in several subgroups, and every subgroup have a combination of keywords. It's really difficult to read it, but you can see the number of search you can have. So you have the importance of the combination. But now confronting the keyword search tool with the keyword infinity, confronting how the companies are searched and how the most important keyword can be combined with all the other keywords, it's quite clear that we can identify a positioning of every brand. So every brand can be positioned and get a slice of our cake or flower or graph, you can call it. We still have to find a name to this kind of graph. So what we have found that using this combination of tools, we can evaluate brand position. We can identify where the company is in the mind of the consumer, obviously, because we are talking about brand. And the interesting part is that we are doing that without asking anybody. We are just getting data out of the web, and we are getting the data that are the most neutral possible. They are neutral data because when you, as I told you, when you type in your search engine, you do not feel you are tracked. You type whatever you want. You know that you can cancel your chronology, you can go in the Google history page, you can delete everything you were looking for, but the data is still there. They are just not connected with your name. But even if you are canceling your history in Google, the data are still there. They have just deleted the link between the data and the person. And so we are finding information that are pure. Obviously, there are some limits to our research. The first one is that we are working on the Italian market only. Or probably in the future, because Zoom started to work even with the English language, we can go further. But at the moment, when in 2019 we were doing our research, we were not so confident about the quality, and we didn't test the quality of the English database. And the number of the English database were growing so rapidly that our perception was that it was still in progress. So we didn't want to do any research on the English market. It's something you can do next. The second limitation is that we have used a very, very visible group of brands. We took the most important one. We are confident that that the methodology is strong enough to go to and work with smaller brands, but we didn't test yet. So now we know that it's working with the big brand, but we didn't test smaller brand. This is probably a next step in our research. And the third limitation, this is a work in progress. We are still working on the data, we are still checking SEO Zoom tool, we are still understanding if there is something that doesn't fit. We had some small problem with some keywords, and so we are trying to identify. Probably we have already done. We are at the ending phase of the analysis, and so it shouldn't be a big deal. But we are still working with the SEO Zoom team, and we are still working identifying some issue we had with the software, some smaller issue. That's it. I thank you very much. I'm going to get the question as soon as you see our presentation online. I know that we will have another session with the question. If in the meantime you want to write me, here you have my email address and Professor Bonera email address, so you can contact me or contact her about the research. Thank you very much again. I hope to see you soon in the next occasion in person, and thank you again.